What's going on, everyone? So the wing position is something that the Lakers really need to fill, whether it's, 3, 4, again, you can make arguments either way. You can make arguments for Mamu slotted in alongside Walker Kessler. Him kind of being that kind of Swiss Army knife power forward could make a lot of sense, can defend, hold his own, shoot three ball, make plays, make reads, right? Like athletic, all of those things. You can also make the argument for Quentin Grimes, right? Not a great point of attack defender, but a good defender outside of that. And somebody that can hold his own, self-create, dribble, shoot, and pass. And you could go with a more athletic, versatile, kind of defensive, a Kuminga, Watson, something like that at the starting power forward. But good thing is the Lakers have options. They have optionality where, they're not limited, right? You have obviously free agency and somebody like a Jonathan Kuminga that if you can free up the cap space, you could go and sign. Rui Hachimura, even you could add to that list, although there are some reports that the Lakers are out on Rui Hachimura. You never really know, right? Could very well be the case, which I imagine if that is the case, then they already know somebody's coming. Right? I don't think you're going to tell Rui Hachimura, hey, sorry, buddy, we're not picking you back up and not have a plan, right? Again, who knows? But I would imagine, because Rob clearly had a plan going into these playoffs, right? Or into this offseason. You saw, boom, immediately, right? As soon as you got confirmation from LeBron, it was boom, 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 right? Everybody was lined up, ready to go. So I imagine he has a plan in this regard if he's telling Rui Hachimura. But Rui Hachimura is a name still on the market that you could bring in at the wing. From there, I think you have several trade options. Obviously, ideally, Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson is, arguably the guy that more than anybody Lakers should get, right? Even over, say, a Walker Kessler or something like that. I love the Walker Kessler trade. Even, the overpay, I really don't think it was an overpay. Look at what Ivica Zubac went for and stuff like that. That's the price. That's the premium for, a top center. And all the best teams in basketball all have a top center, right? So I absolutely think the Lakers made the right trade. But there is an argument for Peyton Watson. Well, Peyton Watson is an option now. And I don't think it's a crazy option. He has a lot of power. I've talked about, right? Yes, he's a restricted free agent, but he doesn't have to sign the contract. Quentin Grimes did it. Took the qualifying offer and now is on the Lakers. Right? Well, guess what Peyton Watson can do? I'm just gonna take the qualifying offer, play for a year, and then become an unrestricted free agent, and then the Lakers can figure out how to get him. Right? It's not there's paths to land Peyton Watson. Now, again, it would take some nudging from Peyton Watson. It would take Peyton Watson going I want to be a Laker. That's what I want. That's all I want. Rich Paul, his agent, is somebody that is known to get his guy where he wants to go by any means necessary. So if Peyton Watson wants to be a Laker, Peyton Watson will be a Laker, in my opinion. But it's not the only option even on the trade market. Yes, Peyton Watson would be great. But you have Derrick Jones Jr., who I think is very gettable, very possible. The Clippers have 15 guys now that all play their position or his position after, pulling off the Kawhi Leonard trade, right? He's also on the final year of his deal, $10 million, and then would be an unrestricted free agent. He obviously has, Luka ties, right? He doesn't have to go anywhere. He literally just he could live in the same place. Go to the same places. Doesn't have, it's super convenient because he could just literally go down the street, right? There's a lot of advantages there for the Lakers as far as a Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington. And people, anytime I talk about Dallas, people go oh, Dallas is not going to trade with the Lakers again. Well, just so happens Dallas traded with the Lakers twice already on draft night. So clearly that's not off the table anymore. And I've talked about, I said even before they got Ujiri, that Dallas, if Lakers give the best offer, the Lakers give the best offer, right? Business is business. There's no emotion in business. There's no, it is what it is, and if it's what's best for the team and organization, you'd be foolish. If I can get a fleece from the Lakers compared to anyone else. Oh, but because, like I'm not happy with you right now. I'm not like, no, it'd be foolishness. That's a good way to get people fired, right? Like, so again, and Ujiri's one of those guys that he doesn't care. He doesn't. Like, again, if you know of him and are familiar with him, he doesn't care what the fans think. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. Like, you brought me here to do a job. I'm going to do my job, right? It'll all work out in the end. Watch, right? Like, and again, we saw him make 2 trades with the Lakers already, right? So I absolutely think PJ Washington is a very real option. And they just drafted his replacement in Morez. On top of drafting Morez, right? Like, PJ Washington's just getting into his new contract, in which it has I think it's like a $22 million AAV. This year's only like $19 million, but he's just starting that this year. You don't think that Dallas doesn't want to get off of all of his money if they can? Of course they would. And Lakers could easily do that. And Lakers can also go, hey, here's 3 seconds and a swap, by the way. Right? So, like, Lakers have the assets to get one of these trades done, get one of these players done. Hopefully they don't have to give up everything. Hopefully they can, save a second or something like that, because it's very possible that everything could go perfect. Like, Lakers could go get Peyton Watson, theoretically still go get a Kuminga or like a Derrick Jones Jr. because they're cheap enough, right? Again, just hypothetically, just saying, like, let's say best case scenario, right? Now all of a sudden you got Derrick Jones Jr., Peyton Watson, Walker Kessler, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and still need something come trade deadline, right? Like, so there is the potential that, like, hey, you could have the perfect offseason and still go like, all right, we need another move too. So it'd be nice to kind of have that flexibility. And then if you don't need a move, then great, you don't need a move, right? If you're the best team in basketball all season, then it's like, hey, we're good, right? Why would we force the issue? And then you could save that asset or whatever it is for the offseason, where if you win the championship, it's like, all right, let's go make that last little kind of tweak so that way we can, give us the best chance to go back to back. If you don't win, then it's like, hey, let's do this last little tweak in order to, finally get over the top, right? So I like the position that the Lakers are in. I definitely, like I mentioned, think that there are multiple options. And look, at the end of the day, these are all options that we are aware of and privy to, right? These are all options that we know about currently. There's a lot of options that we might not be familiar with, or we aren't even thinking about, or we, had no idea of. And now all of a sudden it's like, hey, Lakers just got him? Like, what? Like, how did that happen? Right? Like, that very well could be the case where, we blink and all of a sudden Lakers end up getting somebody out of complete left field, and we're, whatever, Michael Porter Jr. or something like that. Because the Nets are like, let's just take as many assets as we can get, bunch of expiring contracts. And we're going to lose him anyway. We already got a first for taking him on. Let's just, again, it's just a name that kind of popped in my head. It's not like saying him specifically, but it's just, something like that, where it's just like, wow, the Lakers pulled off getting him, huh? And added to the treasure chest. Again, another good sign that something's coming, that something's brewing, is if the reports are true that the Lakers talked to Rui Hachimura and said, like, hey, sorry, buddy, you're not coming back. Because I would imagine, right, that if the Lakers did that, they did that knowing somebody's coming. They did that knowing, hey, we got a deal, either a trade on the table or we have, something coming, right? Like, I'd be a little surprised if the Lakers, told Rui to kick it to the curb and Lakers don't have an option. Now, granted, the report could also not be true, right? Like, or just noise or whatever, right? Like, so again, like I always say, take everything with a grain of salt, because nothing's fact until it is, right? Like, it's all rumor until proven otherwise, right? So, but assuming that it's true, assuming that, like, hey, this is the reality, then I would imagine the Lakers know, like, hey, we're getting Peyton Watson, or we're getting Jonathan Kuminga, or we're about to close a trade for PJ Washington, or we're about to close a trade for Derrick Jones Jr., or something along those lines, right? Like, that would be kind of the hope, is that, like, hey, here's something that we have developed. So, and again, the more options, the better, right? Like I said, you got Peyton Watson, you got Jonathan Kuminga, you got Rui Hachimura, you got Derrick Jones Jr., you got PJ Washington, right? There's 5 separate options right there. And again, that's just guys that we know are a possibility. Right? Again, like, could Herb Jones still be a possibility? The Pelicans just lowered the price on Trey Murphy. Would they lower the price on Herb Jones? Right? Like, they wanted 2 firsts for Herb Jones. Lakers don't have 2 firsts, but I got 3 seconds and a swap for you. Now you got your all defensive 3-and-D wing that fits the mold, right? Like, it's an option. And that's what the Lakers need. The Lakers need options. So it's great to see. We're going to find out. We're going to see how this all plays out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Also, not enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.